Our players' match features the defensive pairing of Southall and Watson. Before the 1995 FA Cup semi-final, much of the hype surrounded Spurs and Jurgen Klinsmann. But as our toffee men recall, Everton were ready to fight for victory.
It was a game that we were never going to lose from, getting off the coach at the ground. Like the Everton supporters had three sides of the ground, and Tottenham just had one big stand on one side of the pitch.
Cost them twice as much, didn't it?
A big three-tier stand, and the atmosphere, it was just Evertonians everywhere, and I think that really went in our favour.
Plus everybody was saying, it's one of them clashes, the purists all wanted Spurs to win. And we were the underdogs on the day, but purely because people said we were dogs of war. But it didn't work out like that. We hammered them, really. Apart from out battling, and we played great on the day. Yeah, some great goals. Best football we played for all season.
Ablett again. A lot of balls in the direction of Rideout. Limpar's out there. Oh, and Walker makes a good save. It was even applauded by Limpar.
Yes, but it just showed Stuart Nethercott, being a central defender, was drawn in to make the challenge alongside Gary Mabbutt. He had no need to, and it cleared all of them and left Limpar by himself. Now watch Unsworth and watch Watson. Spurs have to defend with a great deal of resilience on these corners. Andy Hinchcliffe, one of the best corner takers in the business. This was the Limpar shot, and that was the Walker save. Hinchcliffe with the corner. Well, I have to be careful there. Poor Rideout came in behind Dave Watson, and the expression on the face suggests that was a chance.
Well, it was a clear header, wasn't it? Colin Calderwood held his hand up because he got away from him. You see, he gets in front of him, he's not challenged, and there's the hand going up from Calderwood saying, yes, I know I should have got closer. That is, from there, with the ability of Rideout in the air, a very good chance indeed, and you can see the frustration.
That long kick by Walker goes all the way through.
Looks very nervous, didn't he, Nev? Just casually waving there. You wouldn't think it's a semi-final looking at him.
He has his own way of preparing. He was here before the rest of the players. Here's Nethercott. Header out was by Watson. Then Calderwood. Now it's Anderton. Howells. Now Barmby's come into the middle more, which he often does from that left-sided position. This is Popescu. Sheringham. Bit tight for Howells. Rideout got there. This is Limpar. Stewart going through the middle. And Jackson striding up outside Limpar. Third time.
That's the danger, isn't it? Once he's running at you, it's been a problem. They won possession, didn't they, when Rideout tackled Howells? And it is the classic Everton at the moment, not allowing Spurs a yard of space, winning possession, and looking dangerous as they turn Spurs' defence around.
Oh, good touch play initially by Everton, and then Spurs scrambled their way into the tackle, and the ball was smuggled away by Howells, who was brought down by Watson. And it was Tottenham who were doing the scrapping there in midfield.
Great hustling just before that by an Everton quartet, although in the end Horn and Parkinson were so competitive they tackled each other, and that allowed Spurs to break.
Well, Neville Southall looks out and sees 5 white shirts round the ball. Anderton, the central figure here, and Howells. And rolled across to Gary Mabbutt. Oh, and Southall and an orthodox save.
Looked as if it must have taken some sort of deflection, because Neville Southall started to go to his left and then used his feet to actually clear the ball. But a double push across the sort of edge of the 18-yard box. I'm surprised Gary Mabbutt, you wouldn't associate him normally with hitting the free kick from here. But as you can say, hits it low. There's a lot of legs in there, but it just seen it late, obviously, and it's curling round, but he uses his feet, and it's effective.
Stewart. Oh, and a chance surely for Rideout if it comes across. Graham Stewart, a really good run. And Paul Rideout was the player in the centre. But not for the first time, Gary Mabbott saved Tottenham.
Great defensive play there by Mabbott. Mistake by Howells, just trying to play out, he got himself in trouble, and Gary Mabbott saving the day.
Jackson's header! Oh, it's in! Matt Jackson at the near post. Everton have taken the lead. "35 minutes into the semi-final. The corner taken inevitably by Hinchcliffe, and Matt Jackson seems to glance that beyond Ian Walker.
Well, it just clears Stuart Nethercott, doesn't it? Look, he's just got the wrong side of him. Jackson takes it, nobody at the near post, and it's in the net.
It's his second FA Cup goal. Jackson, he got the winner at Bristol City in an earlier round, but that one, depending on what else happens today, he'll remember for a lot longer.
It's exactly as we've said though on the set pieces. He puts them in at such pace, Andy Hinchcliffe. If you just get caught the wrong side and you're out of position and he gets the faintest of touches, that's what's going to end up more often than not.
Celebrations on three sides of the ground. But you're always vulnerable when you've just scored a goal. Darren Anderton's going across now to take a corner for Tottenham. And Gary Mabbott has come forward. And so is Calderwood on the line. Up goes Sheringham!
Well, it was close, wasn't it? Just gets above Watson, but on the post there, Andy Hinchcliffe would have cleared it if necessary.
Well, right on cue, there is the whistle, and they do deserve to be one up. Of that there is no question. Matthew Jackson, who curiously was Leeds born, so fitting place for him to score, has given Everton the lead in the first half of the semi-final with a near-post header, with the applause ringing out from the Merseyside fans, and Tottenham wandering off, looking a shade bewildered. Their game plan has been all mixed up by Everton, and at half-time, they're a goal behind. Well, they're now playing from left to right, and here's Popescu for Tottenham to Klinsmann, on towards Barnby. And you'd expect Tottenham to start strongly. Sheringham into Klinsmann, not quite, and away by Ablett the second time. Here's Stewart. Horn. Limpar. He's driven that fairly optimistically, but Dean Austin didn't make proper contact, and it's Stewart. Up alongside him comes Andy Hinchcliffe. Rideout's the only player in the middle for Everton. This is Ablett. Stewart. Goes again, return from Hinchcliffe to Stewart. Rideout on the near post, not far away. Here's Graham Stewart. And Barry Horn's making a run forward, ominously. It's Stewart! Oh, Rideout! No, there's a flag up on the far side. There's a flag up on the far side, and offside, I think. It doesn't stand. Watch this, Graham Stewart comes inside, watch 15, Rideout offside there. And when he comes into the play off the goalkeeper, it has to be an active offside, as FIFA would say, not passive. So the flag went up and the score remains 1-0. But what about now? It's Rideout clean through against Walker. Good save by Walker. Stewart! It's 2-0 now! It's Graham Stewart! Well, they're saying get off the pitch, the Everton players, because certain fans came on to celebrate. And Graham Stewart here follows up a Rideout shot, which Walker beats out, but Rideout, who had a goal wiped out, or an effort wiped out, seconds earlier, this time is the instigator of the second Everton goal. He shoots, Walker saves, and look at Graham Stewart. He's only got to tap the ball in the net.
Well, it was a giveaway, wasn't it, from Spurs' point of view? Losing possession like that, 2 against 1, right out through. Walker made a good save actually on the first one, but Stewart again picking up the pieces. They got away with it just a minute or two before with the offside, but not a second occasion. Now, of course, they did come back against Southampton, but this one is, I think, an even taller order. And I suspect, though, Ronnie Rosenthal has got to be introduced.
Anderton floated for Klinsmann. Oh, and Southall. Unsworth away.
Barnby came late, but that's when you need the more numbers in the penalty area. It was a good cross, a loose ball bobbling in front of the goal, and it was again an Everton player got to it first.
Klinsmann again, he's causing problems. Sheringham's in there. Oh, that's the penalty, is the yes. Sheringham went over, and the referee's given a penalty. Everton protest. Sheringham fell, was pushed or bundled, whatever you feel about it. It's in by Barnby, it's on by Klinsmann. Now watch Teddy Sheringham, he goes up. Oh well, it looked a softish one to me, David Watson, but a penalty it is. The referee is waving away more protests. It's a soft one, that, but the fact of the matter is the referee has given it, and it's Klinsmann against Southall. Will it be the first goal that Everton have conceded in the FA Cup this season? It is, and it's put Tottenham back in the game. Jurgen Klinsmann gets the ball out the back of the net and sprints back to the halfway line. Good effort by Southall to stop it. He went the right way, I think you'll find here. But the power of Klinsmann's shot, yes, right in the corner, beautifully struck.
That's a good penalty. Remember, he missed one against Liverpool recently, so it might have been at the back of his mind in the league, but he didn't worry, did he? Took the responsibility, but I mean, it's a lifeline given to Spurs. There's no way for me that was a penalty.
Paul Rideout is lying prostrate in the other half of the field. Well, they're calling for a stretcher, and we may be seeing the end of Rideout because of this. Anderton stretches to take the ball, in all fairness. It wasn't a foul tackle, but Rideout went down with with a painful expression on his face, and having been out for so long with that knee, one hopes it's not the same injury, but I think Amakachi's got to come on, yes. They've given him a signal from the far side, Joe Royle. Rideout's not coming back, and the Nigerian, who only last week made his first starting appearance since Joe Royle's first match, is now in the action in an FA Cup semi-final. Daniel Amakachi, the £3 million man. Jackson with a clearance. Tony really carried the ball across to Darren Anderton. Spurs are piling players in there now, they've got to. This is Barnby with the header on. It's Nenekot, saved by Southall's legs from the left back, and on the break Anders Limpar. They've got 4 against 4. Graham Stewart had to check, he would have run off the pitch. Inside him is Barry Horn here, number 10. Stewart's available now. That's his cross. Amakachi! The Nigerian, who almost disappeared for half the season, has brought Tottenham to their knees. Barry Horn to Graham Stewart, delivered it perfectly, and the Nigerian beats Walker at the far post to restore Everton's 2-goal advantage. Nethercott's going to come on, and Ronnie Rosenthal is going to come on. There will be 6 minutes for Spurs to save it. Quite a week for Merseyside. That happens. Here's Barnby. And it's back to him from Klinsmann. In go the tackles, and the interceptions, and the passes, and the release ball to Anders Limpar. Now he's got somebody sprinting up to his left. I think it's Gary Ablett there. And Amakachi is square and unmarked. Amakachi, surely! It's another one! It's another one! And that's it now. It's all over. Well, 2, Everton 4, the Tottenham dream over. Trevor Brooking.
Well, it's a wonderful goal, wasn't it? They just didn't sit back. Gary Hamlet, a superb ball across the face. Daniel Amokachi didn't hesitate, kept it well enough below the crossbar. But, you know, to see Everton still surging forward at 3-1 just shows that the confidence that they've played with all the game. And I mean, I think now the scoreline probably reflects how the 90 minutes have gone.
Well, the referee got a touch there, but his next job presumably is to blow the final whistle, but we wait here to see what happens as Amokachi goes in again past Mamet. It's going to be a hat-trick, is it? No. Well, that would have been the first hat-trick in an FA Cup semi-final since 1958. Hasn't been done since Alex Dawson did it for Manchester United against a Fulham team that included Jimmy Hill. Everton are through to the FA Cup final. It's third time lucky Joe Royle, and it was a thumping victory in the end. Jerry Francis's team on the day finishing a very clear second.